Hello everyone, I'm Tatiana with Tatiana's Blankets and I continue crocheting my Christmas blanket. Today I am crocheting Christmas slate square. I am on a row 4. Let's draw the line. This is row 4 and I want to crochet this row with you. We already went, I believe, one time in one of my previous videos through this same situation, but I just want to remind you how I crochet this kind of situations. I crocheted one square, this one, white square. Now I need to crochet two, I'm going to use blue yarn, 2 blue squares, and if we look at the next row, we will see row 5. We will see that on our row 5 we will need to crochet one blue square, and this square will be the last on this side, the last square, blue square on this area. So what we want to do, what I prefer to do in this kind of situation. Just want to explain what I mean. We can start blue square here, crochet 2 squares, 1 and 2, and on our back crochet this square and bring our yarn down and continue with this yarn. But I prefer in this kind of situation, I prefer different way. What I like to do, I like to get my yarn, enough yarn to crochet 3 squares. How I usually do, sometimes it can be 3, 4, 5 different amount of squares. Of course, if it's not too many, what I do, I crochet one square. I crochet one square. Okay, let me crochet 1, 2, 3. Now I grab yarn here and here and I frog the square, and in this case I get enough of yarn to crochet one square. I want to get like 3 times of this length of this yarn to be able to crochet 3 squares. So what I do, 1 and 2 more, and we got 3 lengths for 3 squares. Now I get this yarn at this point, and instead of crocheting toward the ball, I turn it this way and I will crochet toward the end of our yarn. Okay, let's crochet. Pull up the loop, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now I'm adding white yarn, new white yarn, and continue crocheting this this row. Okay, let's finish crochet this row And on our row back, on row 5, we will meet at this spot. We are on row 5. This is our row 5, and I crochet this white square, this blue square, and I get, you see, I got this end of this yarn. I'll crochet this one white square, and now I need to crochet this blue, and this blue yarn we will crochet this side. Okay, let's bring it up. This side of the yarn goes toward our ball, and we will continue crochet with this blue yarn. So what I do, I go to this space, pull up the loop, slip stitch, and continue my blue square with blue yarn that goes toward the ball. Okay, again, this is just my way. I'm not saying that this way better than another ways. It's just my way. It's just how I like to crochet my graphs. Let's continue crochet, and I think we will meet at this point. I think it will be row 7. Yes, row 7. We are on a row 7. Let's draw the line. This is our row 7, and I crocheted 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 white squares, and now we need to crochet blue. So why I wanted to stop here, because we have 2 ways to crochet, to continue crochet this square. We have this blue yarn, and we can continue with this blue yarn. So we can pull up the loop and crochet this square. So I don't want to continue crocheting, just wanted to show you. We can continue crocheting this blue square right here and continue second square right here. And there is another way to crochet, and that another way I prefer to use another way. So what is this way? If we look at our next row 8 and row 9, and row 9 there will be another blue square. So it means if I use this existing yarn right now for these squares, I will crochet, will continue this line with this blue square, and I will need to crochet this one separate square with blue yarn, just one square, and this one square will have 2 ends. And I always prefer to crochet 2 squares and have 2 ends on 2 squares than 2 ends on 1 square. So what I do, what my way, how I like to crochet, I don't want to wait until I need to crochet this square to start new blue yarn. I'm going to start new blue yarn on this square and have one end on this square and the second end on this square. So what I do, I just start new yarn, new blue yarn at this square. 1 2 3, 1 2 3, and continue second square with this existing yarn. pull up the loop, 1, 2, 3, and continue a second square with blue yarn. Okay, let's look what we got. We got these 2 squares. This square I crochet with new yarn, and I will continue this yarn for this square, and this existing yarn I will continue on these lines. This is how I like to crochet this kind of situations. We will meet at row 8 at this spot. We are on a row 8, and let's draw the line on a row 8. So I crochet this white square, the blue square, and white square. I added new white yarn. We will need white yarn for this area. Now we need to bring this blue yarn up to the next row and crochet next white square. After this white, crochet next white square. Let's do it together. I'm sure you know how to do it, but since we stop at this spot, let's do it together. So what I do, go in the middle space, pull up the loop, go to this space, put a yarn on a hook and bring it up front, get next yarn, white yarn, pull up the loop, slip stitch, 1, 2, 3. Now move this blue yarn on the back and continue our white square. 2, 3. Okay, so we got our one white yarn, another white yarn for these 2 squares, and this blue yarn between these 2 squares, and we will use this blue yarn when we will be crocheting back, like we will be crocheting this way. We will use this blue yarn for this blue squares. So let's continue crocheting by ourselves, and you can see on the next row, row 9, that will go from up, will go down. We will need to add yellow yarn, red yarn, finish this blue yarn on the square, and white, blue, white. So I think everything clear for next. Maybe I'm not sure right now. I will crochet and I see if there will be some like interesting spot. I will stop. I decided to stop on row 14 and crochet this row with you. So our row 14, this one, I crocheted 1 white square and 1 blue, and let's see what we want to do next. We want to continue blue squares with the same yarn. In this situation, we don't need to add new yarn. We just continue with this blue, and on our row, back row 15, when we will crochet back, we will bring this yarn down and crochet this one square that will be on row 15. But there is another thing that I wanted to show you. We finish our white spot, and let's see if we can use this white yarn on the next rows, or we can just cut it. Let's look at the next row. So we will continue crocheting this blue square right here. We will continue crocheting 2 blue squares, and on our way back at this spot we will need to crochet white square. So if we look at this spot, we can see that we can move this yarn from this spot, this white yarn from this spot, we can move it up here to this spot and continue crocheting with the same yarn, and we don't need to cut it. So this how we can avoid that end that we will need to sew in. So let's do it together and see how we can do it. So I crocheted that second blue square, and before I crochet the next blue square, I want to move this white yarn to the next row. Let's do it together. So white yarn, go to the middle space, go to this spot, bring yarn up front, get the blue yarn and continue crocheting blue square. 1, 2, 3. Now white yarn move on the back and continue crocheting blue square. Now let's crochet next 3 red squares, and we will meet at this spot. We crochet 3 squares, 3 red squares. Now we need to crochet a yellow square right here. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. There are different ways to crochet them. So one of the ways, we can bring this yarn down, and with this yarn crochet this square, this square, this square, and on our way back just bring this yarn down, like bring this yarn down and continue this way. There is another way. We can cut off this yarn or just get new ball of yarn and crochet this 1, 2, 3, or this 1, 2, and this the third one with this yarn, but crochet toward the end of the yarn, like I show you at the very beginning. Just get enough length of the yarn and crochet these 2 squares toward the end of the yarn, and these squares crochet toward the ball of the yarn. Or just get the yarn, start here, crochet 2 squares, and after that bring the yarn back on our way back. So there are different ways to crochet, but I want just on purpose on this video, let's crochet, let's bring this yarn down and crochet these 2, 3 squares with this yarn. Let's see what happens. Usually I don't like to bring 2 steps down, but once in a while I do it. So let's do it this time, just on the purpose of this video. Okay, now we need to get this yellow yarn and bring it up to this space to crochet this square. Okay, let's do it. So just we want to pull this yarn a little bit, just make it not too tight, so we can kind of like maneuver with this yarn. Let's crochet square 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now go to this space, make sure this yarn sitting on a hook, pull up the loop, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3. Now go to this space, but make sure that this yarn sitting on a hook, this yarn that we moved. Pull up the loop. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So we crocheted our 3 yellow squares. Now let's continue white, and we will meet at this spot on our way back on row 15. We are on row 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I crocheted 5 white squares. Now I need to crochet white square. Next one white, green, and yellow again. So what we need to do, we have our yellow yarn right here. So it's right here. So we need to move this yellow yarn down here, move it down here to continue yellow squares. If we, in our previous row, in a row 14, we start yellow yarn right here, we wouldn't need to bring it down, we would just continue with this. But since we decided to use existing yellow yarn, and we brought it down and we crochet over this yarn, and now we need to bring it back down. So let's do it. And now I need to crochet one more white yarn. So this yellow yarn, go to the middle space, bring it up, put this yarn on this chain, on a hook and on this chain, get the white yarn and crochet white square. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now I need to, after white, I need to add green yarn. So green yarn right here, and I need to move this yellow yarn further. So this is my green yarn, and I'm moving my yellow yarn down here. I need to attach this yellow yarn to this spot, and what I do, I just go to this space, grab the yarn, pull up the loop, chain 1, now go to the middle space, pull up the loop, slip stitch, and go to this space. Now I need to put this yarn on a hook and on a chain, get green yarn and crochet green square. 1, 2, 3. The yarn is continuous sitting on a chain. 1, 2, 3. Now I want to attach yellow yarn on this spot, so go to this space, pull up the loop, chain 1, now go to the middle space, pull up the loop, slip stitch, go to this space, pull up the loop, slip stitch, and now I continue crocheting my yellow square, this one. So we crocheted white, we crocheted green, and we moved our yellow yarn right here. We crocheted yellow, and now let's continue crochet red ones, and we will meet at this spot. We crocheted 3 red squares. Now we need to crochet white square, and in the same time we need to move our blue yarn down to crochet this blue square. So we need to crochet 2 whites and 1 blue. let's crochet. Now we want to move this blue yarn down to this spot. We want to put this yarn on a chain to move it down, but in the same time we need to crochet white square, and we're going to crochet it with this yarn that we moved from this square up to here. Okay, get this white yarn, crochet white square, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, blue yarn we need to attach to this spot. Go to this space, pull up the loop, chain 1, go to middle space, pull up the loop, slip stitch, go to this space, and this yarn put on again on the top of this chain, and grab the white yarn and crochet one more white yarn. 1 2 3, 1 2 3. Now attach this yarn, blue yarn, to this spot, pull up the loop, chain 1, go to the middle spot, pull up the loop, slip stitch, go to this space, pull up the loop, slip stitch, and continue crocheting our last blue square. I finished crocheting my square. I didn't see any more spots that we didn't go through, so I just finished crocheting my square. And I want to remind you that you can find this pattern on my channel under posts, and there are also videos and short videos. And at this point I'm going to end this video. If you like my videos, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.